Hi, welcome back to yoga here and namaste. I'm Amber here and we have Kathy, Jerry, Paula, and Connie, as well as Richard with us today. And also those of us that come online. So welcome. Notice that I'm already sitting in a chair. I am going to scoot back. We are going to start with a mudra mantra, and we're going to start with finding alignment in our chair. So as we find our alignment, make sure that our chair is nice and stable. And then after that, make sure that our glutes are nice and stable in the chair. So you might even grab a hold of the sides and just gently rock side to side for a moment. Find the feet grounded here. And then let's find center and make sure that our knees are stacking right above our ankles, our toes are pointing forward. We feel comfortable and secure in our seat now. Let's go ahead and start with chin mudra. So this is our thumb and index tip connected. Palms are gonna face up. We're just gonna rest it on the lap here. Go ahead and start off with just shrugging those shoulders all the way up to the ears. Maybe take a nice inhale. And when you're ready, exhale, just release that. Try to relax those shoulders now. We're going to either find a drishti point, a point of focus in front of us, or you can gently shut the eyes. As you do, you feel connected into the soles of the feet. You feel connected at the glutes to the seat. And then find your alignment through the spine. You're going to be drawing the navel slightly in and up, and then pulling as if the rib cage edges are knitting in towards the navel, along with the hip points in front knitting in towards the navel. And then with the breath, as you notice your breath, allow it to expand into the heart area, and then into the abs and into the low abs, and exhale, release. So we're going to take these nice deep breaths 2 more times. Inhale, expanding into the chest, midsection, and pelvis, and exhale, release all the way back up. We'll do this one more time before we route it the opposite way, expanding chest, midsection, pelvis, and exhale, releasing that. Now, as you are relaxed here, you're aligned, you're grounded, we're going to come into the words, I am worthy. You're just bringing that through the mind, through the breath as you sit nice and tall. Thinking of the awareness of the breath as you bring those words through. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. From there, you can start to open the eyes just a little bit. We are going to bring one hand over the low abs and one hand about the center of the chest here. So from there, we're going to feel this time coming into our 3-part breath where we expand into the hip region, expand the breath, same breath, into the midsection, and then all the way up to the chest, shoulders. And as you exhale, you're releasing the chest and shoulders, the midsection, all the way down to the low pelvis. Let's go ahead and do that again. Inhale from the bottom up. And exhale from the top down. Inhale from the pelvis up. And exhale, relaxing from the shoulders down. Let's go ahead and inhale. We're going to release those arms, those hands, lengthen all the way up to the torso, reaching through the fingertips. And let's exhale, just release the arms. Bring the arms forward, up as we inhale. Exhale, you're trying to draw back as far as you can and all the way back down. So you're making these big circles. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, release down and back. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Last one. From there, we're just going to switch and reverse. Inhale, drawing up and back. And exhale, forward and down. Keep the feet nice and grounded. Maybe even think of the legs pressing down through the soles of the feet so that we're activating our lower half of the body as we move through the upper half. Let's find one more. Inhale and exhale. Now as we release, let's point the fingers down, relax the shoulders down, almost as if we're pulling through the shoulders, through the fingertips, and then release ear towards the shoulder. Allow your gaze to be straight forward. Let's inhale, bring it up, and exhale, ear towards the opposite shoulder. Each breath we take an inhale, we're trying to lengthen through center. We're still pointing those fingers down. Exhaling, allowing the neck to relax as we move ear to shoulder. And just allowing yourself to move with your breath. We'll do this one more time on each side. Now from there, let's inhale center and take those hands, sweep them more towards the back. Maybe grab the back bottom of the chair. Maybe some of us might interlace the fingers together. You're just trying to bring a softness into the elbows, into the shoulders where you can pull back towards your midline. So pulling towards the vertebrae. Start to draw the navel in. Let's go ahead and take chin down into chest. Find a nice deep inhale. And exhale, release the hands, bring the hands coming forward, hands on knees. Take a nice deep inhale. We're gonna move into cow and cat. So exhaling first into our cat, round through the back, chin into chest, hanging onto those knees as we pull back through our back. And let's hinge forward with our cow. So we're allowing the hips to hinge forward. We're expanding through the spine, through the torso. Exhaling, taking it back to cat. Inhale, finding expansion and cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhaling, cat. And let's come into our last cow. And exhaling all the way back into cat. Now let's rock our rib cage to the side, just gently. So we're still in that curvature, but we're rocking to the side slightly. And allow this time the heart center or the chest to come towards one knee, sweep past the opposite knee, and then allow your rib cage and side to come out towards the other side, hanging onto the knees and rounding it back. We'll do this 2 more times. So you're slowly moving to one side, and then you're bringing yourself slowly forward from one side to the other, and then pulling to that opposite side and gently pulling back through that rounded back. 1 more time. To the side. Allow the heart to come forward to that knee side, sweeping to the other knee side, and then also to that opposite side, and draw all the way back into cat. Now let's just move the opposite way, so the way we came from. Rib cage moves out to the side. You can always use hands, arms for leverage here. We're just really moving through the entire spine, out to the side, making our way back through a rounded back. We have 2 more. Moving to the side, forward, and take your time. Allow yourself to really articulate through the spine, through the rib cage, as we're feeling all parts of our midsection move here. This is our last circle. So moving to that opposite side and rounding back. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring those arms all the way up. And exhale, release from the sides. The next one, we're gonna bring a leg up. So just one leg, inhale, lengthen those arms, reach maybe the toes up, and exhale, release to our sides. We're gonna move to the opposite leg, dorsiflexion, inhale, toes up, arms up, lengthen through, and exhale, release. Let's do this with plantar flexion. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, releasing down. Last one. And exhale, release down. Inhale, let's take it up, stretch up. Allow the glutes to press down as we lengthen all the way up. This time as we exhale, let's keep the knee bent. Let's lift the leg. See if we can't either tap our fingers underneath or come close to, and then reach it back up. And we're gonna do that to the opposite side. So knee stays bent, you're lifting as high as you can, and then lifting back up. So the inhales are up and over, and let's see if we can bring those exhales as we lift our knee towards us. Inhale, take it up, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Let's go ahead and do one more round each side. Exhale. And exhale. Good, and inhale, lengthen all the way up over. Let's interlace the fingers here. From there, you can keep soft elbows. Let's make sure that we're pressing through the soles of the feet. We're activating our legs while we have these soft elbows. We're just gonna gently pull to one side. Now you're gonna pause there. Let's see if we can take the hand and start to pull it, let it wrap around the head, and then pull that elbow down towards the floor. Really feeling that stretch, staying stable though in the glutes, the legs, the chair. Let's go ahead and inhale. As we come back up to center, keep softness in the elbows, but let's flip those palms up and then stretch, lengthen through the arms, shoulders rise up to the ears. And exhale, soften those elbows. Flip the palms back down towards your crown. Stay nice and stable in the feet. We're gonna gently come over to the opposite side. And then as you pause there, maybe as you're breathing, you're gonna start to pull. Allow that arm to wrap around the head. Allow the other elbow to pull down towards the floor. You'll feel more stretch through the side. And then let's come back up. Flip the palms up. Inhale, reach up. This time, as we shrug the shoulders up, let's bring the gaze up. And exhale, we're gonna release into our forward fold. So you're letting go, you're coming over the front of your lap, releasing down. Inhale, let's take root to rise by lifting up off the lap, reaching back up and over. Exhale, palms together, hands to heart. And now let's take it up. And exhale, warrior two, arms, palms face down. Staying stable here, you're gonna press your soles of your feet down. We wanna keep the legs and the glutes very stable. Let's exhale and just twist. Inhale, come through center. Keep the legs strong. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Let's bring palms face forward. We have cactus arms. We're gonna draw those cactus arms back. Let's again press down through the soles of the feet, activate those legs. Exhale, bring the palms together. Send the elbows together, lifting the elbows up off the chest as we press palms, forearms, elbows together. And let's go ahead and inhale, open back up. Even stretching back a little. Keep those abs connected inward. Exhale, palms together, zip down to the elbows, lift elbows off the chest. And let's inhale again. And exhale, last one. Inhale, it's open. And exhale, release. All right. From there, let's go ahead and take it back, all the way back to our seat. We're gonna come up into our chair ups. So not so much arm work. We've done a lot of arms and shoulders now, so we're moving on to our legs. So let's go ahead and find the sides of the seat. We're just going to hinge forward through a flat back. The only arm strength is when you're pressing that seat and you're gently bringing up the glutes about an inch or two above the seat. And you can keep the fingertips on the seat. Make sure that we're lengthening though from tail to crown. You might find your toes lifting up. You're making sure the knees aren't surpassing your toes as you have length here. Let's just find one more breath. And exhale, soften down. Let's inhale, bring arms and legs up and over as we're fully in the chair and supported. Let's go ahead and exhale, gently release, hands come back to the sides, plant the feet, inhale, lifting the glutes. Pausing there again, fingertips are there. Let's this time bring up all 10 toes. So my balls of my feet, my heels are grounded, but my 10 toes are lifting up towards the ceiling. And then let's release the 10 toes. Take one more breath and soften slowly back down to our chair. Inhale, let's bring those feet, legs, arms all up. As we stretch up, let's go ahead and point the toes and bring it back to dorsiflexion. Let's point the toes again and bring it back to dorsiflexion. Plant the feet, arms come to the side, hinge forward with a flat back. Inhale, gently pressing up, flat back again. This time when we have fingertips on that chair, let's lift one heel. So you're coming and lifting one heel up to the ball of the foot and toes, and then releasing down. Let's go ahead and lift the opposite heel. Ball of the foot and toes stay nice and grounded. And release down. Let's see if we could bring one hand forward to a knee and the opposite hand forward to the knee. First hand now comes back to the chair. Second hand then comes back to the chair. Let's go ahead and soften back down. Inhale, we're gonna take it all the way up and over. And exhale, as we take it down, palms face ourselves. Let's roll those shoulders back and then send those fingertips down. Let's then dorsiflex, so we're in staff pose now. Find a drishti point. Your legs are really tight here, contracting towards the bone as your abs are drawn in, your shoulders are drawn back and down. You're lengthening through the arms so they are active. Heart is active. Let's find one more breath here. And soften, release. As we release, let's go ahead and heel toe to some openness. We're gonna just come into a wider stance here. As we find our wider stance, just make sure knee, ankles, once again, and knees point the same direction as your second, third toes. So we're gonna move from side to side in our side angle pose. Let's go ahead and start off with one side, forearm comes down. You choose how far up and over you want the arm to glide over. We are going to come to the other side with this. So once you start to come to the other side, you're going to lift up that opposite arm. So it's like a windmill. And then you're going to sweep back over the head with that opposite arm. Again, you're lifting through center so it feels like a windmill or a teeter-totter. You're moving side to side, letting the arms move overhead if you can. And if not, don't worry, you're still moving side to side, doing the best you can here. Let's see if we can attune the breath to our movement. So let's see if we can find maybe an inhale as we sweep overhead, and an exhale through our transition. And an inhale as we sweep overhead, and an exhale to our transition. Let's go ahead and do this one more time. And we're gonna do a complete one. So since we started on this side, it's this one and then the next one. And this will be our last one. And let's exhale, come back up to warrior two, palms face down. We're gonna press down through the soles of the feet. Let's look over one side. So head has glided through the horizon. You're looking to the fingertips. Let's press down through the soles of the feet and activate our legs so that we feel strong here. As our warrior two posture is all about that strength and structure. And then coming back to the breath. Let's find one more breath here. And exhale, as you release both arms down, you're following the hand with the gaze. Chin has now moved down towards the armpit area. From there, let's take that same side hand that we were looking to, bring it to the crown, and just gently allow the chin to move towards that armpit. Allow that other arm, hand, fingers to point down. Let's find one more breath here. Now as we release that hand from the head, let's see if we can keep the chin down and just slowly try our best to bring it down to about center chest. From there, let's go ahead and inhale back to center, back to neutral. We're going to take those warrior two arms back out, and if our legs have softened, let's reactivate those legs by pressing down through the soles of our feet, and then take our gaze over the opposite side, looking to those fingertips. Once you have pressed down through those feet, and you're drawing the abs in, drawing the shoulders back and down. Let's find 2 breaths. And from here, we're going to exhale, follow the fingers down as the chin comes towards your armpit space or towards the shoulder. From there, you're going to take that same side hand that you're looking to and gently just open up through the fingers, bring it to the crown of the head, and start to gently press down the chin towards that armpit area. The other hand and arm is gently lengthening, fingers pointing down towards the opposite side. Let's find one more deep breath here. So from here, back to center. Make sure we have that alignment. Hands are going to be pointing inward of the knees. We're going to keep a nice length in back. We're just going to hinge forward. You can take it nice and slow. You are looking to lengthen all the way through that back. Let's go ahead and inhale and just take it back up. So you're just inhale, lengthening, exhale, releasing back down, keeping that length though. So you're hinging from the hips. You're feeling the length in the low back. Let's inhale, take it up. And exhale, forward and down. Inhale, take it up. Pause there. Exhale, maybe relax the shoulders. We're going to take an inhale forward twice. So it's inhale forward, hinging now. Try to expand through the belly as well as the low back. Exhale, squeezing back up through center as if we're squeezing those chakras like a straw all the way back up. Let's inhale, hinging forward. And exhale, squeezing through center of the body as we lengthen up. All right, from there, let's go ahead and take one hand to the outside of the knee, other hand on the inside. We're just gonna find twist. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Decide how far you want to take your twist with shoulders with the head. And then pause. Let's find one more breath. Gently release that, coming back forward. Opposite hand now comes into the inside, other hand to the outside, and you are twisting that direction. You're trying to keep the shoulders relaxed and down away from the ears as you look over the shoulders. And now let's come into one more breath. And exhale, slowly releasing forward. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to the center. We're going to use our legs again. We have our arm strength though. So once again, we're gonna have that flat back. Go ahead and lift those toes for a moment, stretching the backs of the legs because we're gonna press down. So let's press down through the soles of the feet, hinge forward like we would with flat back, press into the seat, lifting those glutes. This has lifted the glutes. Let's lift one heel, just lifting one heel here. Take a breath and let's release. Let's go ahead and inhale, lift the opposite heel. And exhale, release. From there, let's look to one side and see if we can't glide a knee towards the toes. They don't surpass the toes, just towards them. And then glide through center. You still have that arm strength. You're gonna look to the opposite knee, gliding towards the toes. And then let's come back to center and gently release. This time sweeping the hands in front to behind you. And let's extend through pointed toes, plantar flexion. Let's go ahead and roll through the feet now. So we're just circumducting the ankles as we roll the foot. And then roll the foot the opposite way. And come back to dorsiflexion for a moment as you extend through the backs of the legs and release down. Take hands back forward, front, check alignment, send yourself forward, and then press up on that chair. From here, let's see if all 10 toes can lift, keeping balls of the feet and heels grounded. Just the toes are lifting. And as we exhale, let's curl those toes and lift through the arch as if you're picking up a pencil. And then release the toes, release the foot, maybe even spread through the toes. Let's lift both heels if we can, lifting both heels up. Take a breath and then soften those heels down. Let's release the glutes all the way down. And this time, inhale, the arms come up. Let's exhale, interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head. Press the back of the head into the hands, relax the shoulders, open up through the elbows. Let's exhale, allow chin to come into chest, elbows forward and down, rounding through the neck space. Let's inhale, expand and lift up through the neck, face, and heart. Exhale, taking it back, chin into chest, elbows forward, down. We'll do this 2 more times. As we inhale, we're expanding, we're opening. And as we exhale, we're relaxing, drawing forward, drawing in. And last one, inhale, expand. And exhale, chin into chest. From there, let's go ahead and release hands all the way down to that chair. Lengthen back through the back, hinge forward, keep the flat back, and then press into the chair. One heel lifts. Take a breath, release the heel. The opposite heel lifts. And then gently release it. From there, let's see if we can lift one foot but keep the heel on the ground. So my ball of the foot and toes are lifting. Exhale, let's go ahead and release that. I'm gonna do the opposite. So toes and ball of the foot is lifting up. And release. Take one more breath here. And exhale, release glutes back down. Sweep the hands to the back of the chair. Let's point those toes in plantar flexion. And even slowly bring that back to center. Let's go ahead and find dorsiflexion and open back up. Exhale, release. From there, let's see if we can bring hands on the knees this time. Hinge forward. You might rotate the fingers in if it feels better to have elbows out and to have those palms right grounded. You're gonna hinge and try and lift up with hands on knees. From there, let's see if we can just twist or look over one shoulder. And you're just looking to the side. It doesn't have to be a great deal. Inhale through center. You're gonna twist gently and just look over the other side. Let's come back to center. and release gently down. So you're releasing those glutes down. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it all the way up. Now as we have palms facing each other, we're lifting up. Let's press down through the soles of the feet again. We're gonna come into a nice strong warrior pose. So we went from warrior 2, let's move it into warrior 1. We're just going to bring ourselves looking or aligning over one side, over the knee. Now as we exhale, come back to center. So these legs are still strong. We're pressing down. We're just twisting at the waist over to the other side. Again, trying to align with the other knee here. And let's go ahead and come back to center. We're going to release that all the way down. As we do, let's go ahead and heel toe back. And we're going to come up and out of the chair. So once you've heel toed back, if you're able to, you're just going to press yourself up and out of that chair. And we're going to use the back of our chair or the side, maybe a wall or something. So I'm going to bring it to one side in particular. From there, you're going to find your hip width distance apart, soft knees. And then one side, you're just gonna start to bring up the knee, and you're just looking to bring it as high as you can and slowly release it back down. Now you still have that stability of the chair. You're just gonna rock gently to the other side, and again, rise the knee up as high as we can and slowly release. We'll do this a couple more times. You're looking to keep softness in the stabilizing leg so that knee is semi-soft, so that we're working that joint. Let's go ahead and bring up the opposite knee as much as we can. Bring it down over to the opposite side, lifting the knee. Now pause there. Let's see if we can extend out maybe through dorsiflexion and then release down. From there, gently rock to the other side. Lift the knee as high as we can, then extend dorsiflexion and gently release. We'll do that one more time on each side, lifting the knee, extend forward, and gently, slowly release. Switching sides, knee comes up, extend forward, and slowly release. Now from there, we're gonna come to the back because we're gonna come into a tandem style. So feet are hip width distance apart, but you're gonna then take one foot, sweep it till it comes to the opposite heel right behind, and all the weight is on that front leg, but you're gonna have that chair and you're gonna rock gently. Allow yourself to come to that back leg. You are in tandem style, so one foot is in front of the other, and you're gonna be using soft knees and a hinged hip here. So hinge the hips, maybe rock back a little, and then rock back forward. Allow your hips to come slightly forward here. Maybe the heel comes off the ground. Then you're gonna rock back. When you rock the hips back, maybe the toes lift up off the ground from the other leg. So we're gonna kind of move like we're a rocking chair. We're gonna move forward, let the hips, let the heel lift, and then move back with the hips, let the toes and ball foot lift. Let's do that 2 more times where we rock forward, hips and knees stay soft, but we're pulling forward, and then rocking back, letting that other toes come up, and rocking forward. So the hips come slightly forward here, more than usual, and then rock it back. From there, let's come back to where we feel like is somewhat center, softness. We're just going to release that foot from behind us and take the opposite foot. Bring it to the toes, heel, or close to. You're coming into that tandem style. And so you're gonna rock back down. Now keep softness in the knees and a softness in the hips. Length through the back. Chair is your stabilizer. Let's go ahead and send the hip creases slightly back. You can lift the front toes or the ball of the foot, so like a rocking chair. And then send the hips rocking forward. Let the heel and the back lift as you pull the hips forward. Let's do that a few more times. Maybe finding our breath here, exhaling back. and inhaling forward. Let's do that 3 more times. Exhale, hinging, softness back, softness in the knees, inhaling forward. Exhale, bring it back. And inhale, coming back forward with the hips. And let's exhale, take it back. And inhale, take it forward. Now let's exhale and just try and find a neutral position with this so that we can take that back leg and step it forward. Now as we step it forward, we're going to come back out to the side where we have that side of the chair. We are going to come into our tree pose today. So you can use chair, you can use wall, you can just relax here. You're looking to bring the outside heel into the arch and the toes and that knee points off. Notice both knees are soft, hips are pointed forward. You're going to keep that, maybe even draw the navel in so that you feel that back lengthening all the way up. Let's go ahead and see if we can maybe bring our palms together right at the center of the chest. If this is good, maybe stay here, find a drishti point, and just focus and balance here. If you want to find a greater challenge, you might just pick up the heel and just come to the ball of the foot and the toes. If you want more of a challenge, the heel comes closer to you and can rest above the ankle bone. And now you have quite a bit of challenge here on one side. You can keep the other toes, of course, grounded, and we will stay here. I will stay here today. You could always move up the leg, but I'm going to stay right here because I'm going to move into the arms a little bit. So when you're ready, let's see if we can start to open up those hands and open up those arms and maybe even bring palms kind of facing upward, like where those tree branches growing up towards the sky. We're lifting up towards the heavens so you feel that gentle pulling from the navel upward. And then you feel a gentle grounding from the navel downward. Let's go ahead and exhale, slowly release that. And we are going to release that leg. Walk it out for a moment. We will come into our downward facing dog with the chair or with a wall. So all you do is you find the top part and you're going to walk it back. Soft knees, soft hips. Release the head between the arms and then gently pull back through the hip creases so that we're really lengthening this low back by pulling those hip creases back, keeping those soft knees. And after we've had a few good deep breaths, we're going to lift the head and gently walk it back. So we're simply moving on to the other side with that tree pose. And once again, hip width distance apart. You don't have to use, of course, this. That's why we stayed low. So if you're with me on that, maybe you bring hands to our heart. But let's make sure that we bring one heel in. Knee softens and points that way. Other knee is soft. Hips are pointing forward. So you come back up, but you keep the knees soft. And then glide the hands back to heart. Think of the navel pulling in and of everything from the navel down, grounding. As you pull the navel in though, think of everything from the navel up, lifting up through the crown while you relax the shoulders back and down. If this is fairly stable for you and you want a little bit more challenge, you can lift the heel. That brings a little more weight onto that stabilizing leg. You could also bring the heel close by setting it right above that ankle bone. And that is one of the most challenging here. So staying here while we are challenged, let's go ahead and open up through those arms, lengthening and extending, remembering that we're branches of a tree or like a flower. We're trying to reach up for the heavens. We're opening wide here, lengthening, so navel up, reaching up towards the heavens, and from the navel down we feel that nice grounding and pulling in and down. Let's go ahead and exhale, bring it all back to center and gently release that leg. Let's bring it all the way back down to our chairs. All right, as we're back in our chairs, let's go ahead and just allow the head to move side to side. Doesn't have to be necessarily very slow, just as long as the movement feels good and relaxing to you. And then maybe allowing that head chin forward down and just making those half circles, maybe looking up towards the ceiling on the sides and bringing that chin across the chest when you move through the center. After you've done that, maybe a couple of times, when you come to the back and you want to bring the head back, squeeze those shoulders up. Then allow yourself to look up as you have protection for the back of the neck. And you can move from ear, shoulder to ear, shoulder, as well as you stretch back there. And now let's go ahead and release those shoulders. Allow the head to come forward down, center of chest, and inhale back to neutral. All right, anything else you may need? Maybe it's moving ankles and feet. We are getting ready for Shavasana, so we're just trying to let out the little bit of last movements here. Allow yourself to get ready. I'm going to be shutting off the lights as you get ready. I like to say lie back in comfort. We all know the Shavasana pose of laying back like the anatomical man pose. But if not, if we happen to be in a chair or an easy chair, couch, or bed, maybe we still get a chance to lay back. All righty. Okay, so I'm in a chair. So if you happen to be in a chair with me, you're gonna let the legs be wide. You're gonna let the knees be soft, of course, and you're gonna let the feet be open. You're gonna relax the shoulders, allow the support of the chair to take your back and your bum. And then maybe you flip the palms up here, and let's relax the chin down. Let's relax the chin below the level of our forehead. So wherever we're at, whether we're in an office chair possibly, or maybe sitting at home, or laying back on a floor, on a bed, or a couch, we're looking to relax. We're looking to open and feel relaxed. We're looking for comfort so that it doesn't bring us out of our meditation. Maybe allow the palms to be rotated upward, ready to receive. As the arms are slightly open, shoulders are relaxed. Use any props necessary to relax our joints or possibly prop the joints up. Allow the knees to be soft, maybe bent. Allow the legs to be somewhat open. And just relaxing into your space, allowing yourself to be held by the earth as you come back to breath. Allow your awareness to flow with your breath in and out of the body. As you inhale, it moves through the nostrils, the sinuses, the head and throat space, the chest space, and possibly the abs as you release and relax. Continue to keep the awareness on the breath as we move the breath in and out of the body. And as you bring it in, maybe you've expanded all the way down to the pubis bone, all the way back to the back of our body, to the glutes, to the back of the head. Allow releasing and relaxation to flow through your limbs, softening into the joints, softening into the back of the body, allowing the eyes now to soften, as the breath might relax a bit, might soften with the body. Allow the body and breath to soften. And as you find this relaxation, we're coming back to our one-pointed resolve. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. And just allowing your body to feel this worth within, to expand this worth throughout the body. Worthy of being here in this moment, right here, right now. As we begin to relax the crown of the head, softening to the back of the head. We soften our ears and the sides of the head. And as we feel this relaxation, we notice the forehead smoothed and relaxed. As we breathe, we connect from the crown of the head to the third eye space. We imagine the third eye space being between the brows, moving back into the pineal gland, the center of the mind. Each breath expanding the mind and clearing space, connecting to the crown. As we now soften the facial muscles, relaxing both eyes, nose, relaxing the mouth, the jaw, and releasing through the neck. As we find ourselves breathing from crown, third eye, all the way down through the neck now, noticing this pathway, releasing, relaxing, and expanding. Inviting the breath through this space as we move to the base of the neck. Relaxing the base of the neck, the shoulders relax, the backs of the arms relax, the back of the hand, all the way to the fingertips. Releasing through the fingertips, yet feeling connected as we move back into the palms of the hands, relaxing wrists, softening elbows, relaxing shoulders, base of the neck. The gentle breath flows through the chest now. You feel the gentle rise and fall of the chest, the expansion 360 degrees around, relaxing into both shoulder blades, releasing between the shoulder blades. The upper back relaxes as we feel the breath expanding through the chest. We come to center of the chest. Again, the breath reconnects crown, third eye, neck, and now through the heart space, all the way through the center of the body, easily connecting and easily breathing through this space as the rib cage relaxes. As we move down to the solar plexus, right above the navel, and just allowing our breath to bring space into the belly and relax the belly, relax the mid-back, releasing through each breath, allowing the navel to rise and fall. Each breath relaxing us even deeper, softening, releasing down below the navel now, into the center of the pelvis. We feel the breath through the center of the body as it expands and releases, relaxing waves moving through the body. As both hips release and relax, the glutes relax, and the downward facing triangle of our pelvis releasing, relaxing to the tailbone, to the pubis bone, to the space between the pubis bone and the tailbone. Breathing through the center of the body, relaxing the center of the body as we release through both legs, both knees, softening lower legs, ankles, relaxing feet, relaxing all 10 toes. And as we release all 10 toes, we feel connected and relaxed through the feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, upper legs, both hips. And now back to breathing through the center of the body. The body is relaxed. You feel a sensation of relaxation deepening as you might feel heavy, allowing yourself to feel heavy, heavy. And now releasing that heaviness of sinking, and allow yourself to become light, lighter, light as a feather. Notice how light you feel. And now allowing heat, as if the sun's rays are upon your skin, so hot. And now releasing that sensation into cold, so cold, like ice, like snow. And releasing that as you find hardness, like a hard strength. Releasing that as you come to a softness, allowing a softness throughout the body, And the softness turns into the flow of breath, relaxing, releasing. As you come back to the words, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. Bringing those words into the body, through the center of the body, as you align all 7 chakras, feeling centered, aligned, feeling worthy, worthy of being here within your body. As we bring movement back, slowly first with deepening breaths, and then movements back into the fingers, movements back into the toes. Maybe the feet and ankles move, the hands and wrists. And when you're ready, maybe you start to move the head and neck once again. As you find these greater movements, deeper breaths, let's find that stretch overhead. And when we're ready, bring it all back to give yourself a hug here. Whether it's squeezing your shoulders and gently rocking side to side, or maybe you get a chance to squeeze those knees in around the back. Gentle massage on the back as you rock side to side, allowing yourself to find one side or the other in our fetal position. And then taking a breath as you gently bring those eyes back open and press our way back up into our sitting position. Yoga Nidra is complete. Om Shanti Shanti. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you Kathy, Richard, Anna, Connie, Paula, and Jerry. And nice to see anybody that comes online, and enjoy your day. Have a wonderful weekend. Memorial Day is coming up on Monday, so here at the Senior Center, we are closed at the Sika Senior Center in Safford. No class on Monday, but I will see you back here on Wednesday, back on film, as well as upstairs here at the Sika Senior Activity Center. So have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay hydrated, drink plenty of water, and stay out of trouble.